Hello and welcome to our incoming 7th grade families. Your student is part of the class of 2027 and we are so excited to welcome them to Dake Junior High School this fall. My name is Miss Marianne Hyman and I am the proud principal of Dake Junior High School. Tonight in our presentation you will hear from Mr. Nicholas DiMartino, one of our assistant principals, Mrs. Jennifer Brooker, our other assistant principal, and Mr. Dan Fullerton, our Director of Instructional Technology. We appreciate your flexibility as we share our pre-recorded presentation with you and look forward to a time when we can all be together safely. We hope you enjoy the presentation, and if at any point afterwards you have questions, please feel free to reach out to myself, Mr. DiMartino, or Mrs. Brooker. Thank you so much and enjoy. We wanted to take this opportunity to introduce our administrators and counselors at Dake Junior High School. So again, my name is Miss Marianne Hyman. Our two assistant principals are Mrs. Jennifer Brooker and Mr. Nicholas DiMartino. And we have three counselors at Dake, Miss Colleen Graham, Miss Jessica Hess, and Miss Nicole Williams. We have a very full agenda for our presentation. We are going to start with our Dake philosophy and how we build and establish a strong school community. We'll then go into our PTSA and membership in that association. We'll then talk about attendance, student schedules, including routines and teaming, the transition to Dake and how we support all students. We'll then discuss collaboration and communication, one-to-one technology, and extracurricular opportunities. At Dake, our faculty and staff have a firm belief that it is vital to foster every student's cognitive, physical, and social-emotional growth through a comprehensive education. If you have already had students that have come through Dake, you probably already know, and if you are new to Dake, we know it won't take long for you to see that we have a highly dedicated faculty and staff to support every child to reach their academic, physical, and social-emotional potential. We have a positive culture and climate, and we focus on our community values, which are mutual support, mutual respect, shared purpose, and shared pride. When you step foot into our building, you will see those community values posted around the building, and we reinforce them and teach them to students and truly live them out within the walls and outside of the walls of Dake. We believe in a positive transition from 6th grade to Dake as a goal for all of our students, and this is part of the process to share some information with you and to open those doors of communication. And then speaking of communication, we believe in highly collaborative communication is vital to support all our students during this transition. If you haven't already joined the PTSA, it would be a really great time to join as your child transitions to Dake. Research does show that being involved in your student's school leads to higher academic achievement for your child. Our PTSA supports us through various events throughout the year, including our honor roll recognition, supporting at our 8th grade dance, coordinating a bake sale at open house to raise funds, and to really honor our faculty and staff during Staff Appreciation Week.
Attendance is an important component of student success. Absences from school make it difficult to keep pace with assignments, content, and skill development. You will receive a letter if attendance is impacting performance and/or if your child is absent more than 10% of the school days. This past year, we used a staggered arrival time by grade level. For this upcoming year, we are currently reviewing our arrival and dismissal process and will be working to align with the high school. Specific arrival times will be communicated this summer. Each class is 42 minutes, and it is important that students arrive on time and prepared for each class. This year we utilized a staggered passing time by grade level to limit congestion in the hallways. When the bell rings to end the period, students have a few minutes to get to each class. Students should plan ahead to go to the restroom before the period begins. Students must have a pass from an adult to be in the hallway. This includes going to meet with a teacher, using the restroom, or getting a drink. Student appointments. If a student has to leave for an appointment, parents do not need to come in to Dake to sign a student out if a parent has called the attendance office or sent in a note. If this has taken place, students can sign themselves out and meet their ride outside of exit 1, which is our main entrance. Attendance is monitored throughout the day and is marked for each period. If a student has a music lesson or a pass to meet with their counselor during a class, They need to check in with their classroom teacher first so they are accounted for. If by chance your student is marked absent, they will receive a skip sheet that they will need to get signed by the adult they were with during the class period. Students that are unable to get the absence cleared will receive follow-up communication from administration and possible consequences. We will work to support your student to problem solve if necessary. Our core classes are ELA, Math, Science, and Social Studies. In 8th grade, World Language is considered a core class, and students that pass the course and final exam will receive 1 high school credit. We follow the same letter schedules as the elementary and middle schools, but our ACE days are the same, and our BDS days are the same. Students will see A and B days on their schedules. Our other course offerings include physical education, health, technology, art, family and consumer science, and a variety of music offerings including chorus, general music, band, and orchestra. This year we are shifting to including response to intervention periods in STEAM and humanities. Most students will have these periods in their schedule, and the focus of these periods will be cross-disciplinary units that align with different content areas. STEAM will focus on math and science, and humanities will focus on social studies and English. These periods are in addition to their regular core classes and electives, and we will look to incorporate technology and the arts when possible. We will also utilize these periods to engage students in social emotional learning and community building lessons. There will be flexibility in these periods, and students may shift throughout the year depending on their strengths and needs. In addition to our response to intervention periods, we offer a variety of supports that will be placed in your student schedule based on need. When scheduling students into classes, we prioritize supports over electives, and supports can change based on student need. Our core classes, ELA, Math, Science, and Social Studies, meet every day. World Language meets every other day for 7th grade and every day for 8th grade. Electives vary by course and will be indicated on your student schedule. Music is every other day all year or every other day for a half year. Art and Facts is every other day for a half year. Technology and Health are every day for the half year. Health is every day for the half year. Our STEAM and Humanities periods will take place every other day for the full year. Support labs can be every other day or daily, depending on students' needs. We know that the focus of this presentation is on the transition from 6th to 7th, but we wanted to mention acceleration since the first opportunity for this is in 8th grade, and we will use data from 7th grade to support in the decision-making process. 8th grade students can take advanced coursework in science, living environment, and math, advanced algebra. It is important for students and families to know the decision-making criteria that goes into recommendations. We consider student family input, on-demand assessment scores, iReady, reading and math, and utilize a teacher rubric. In students' freshman year of high school, there are additional opportunities to take advanced courses in English and social studies. More information on high school scheduling will come your way when your student is in 8th grade. Upon arrival, students report to a supervised location until the bell rings to signify a transition. This year, students reported to the cafeteria, all-purpose room, and chorus room prior to the first bell. Breakfast is available for students each morning until the start of the school day. This year, student arrival and dismissal were staggered by grade level to accommodate social distancing. As previously mentioned, we are currently looking at our arrival and dismissal structures and will continue to plan for next year. Times and processes will be communicated to families this summer once logistics are finalized. Students may access their locker at the beginning and end of the day and can carry backpacks around with them during the day. We are looking to provide students with additional opportunities to visit their lockers either before or after lunch. Cell phones must be stored in lockers once the instructional day has begun. If a student needs to contact home, they can use a phone in the main office. This year we structured our lunches to be combined with a social study hall to accommodate social distancing in the cafeteria. As we monitor state guidance, we will communicate how our lunch periods will be structured for next year. Our goal is to reincorporate intramurals during the lunch periods to provide a rotating recess for students that are interested in participating. Our DAKE teams have had ongoing transitioning discussions. Regularly scheduled discussions take place with the current 6th grade teams throughout the spring. At this time, foreign language selections have been made. For music, selections have been made. For some students, we may need to prioritize what music they take due to the number of electives we offer at Dake, as well as the fact that our music ensembles meet as a scheduled period in their day. For academic supports, monitored supports, and assigned supports, there is ongoing communication from 6th grade teachers and staff. There were counselor-to-counselor meetings as well as principal-to-principal meetings to ensure everyone is up to speed. For transition information for students, stay tuned for an introduction to Dake presentation from our Dake counselors. It will be recorded and shared with the 6th grade teachers and counselors. In July, we will send communication to families regarding the GEM team students are on. The GEM team signifies which counselor your student will have. Our core classes are also scheduled by team, but are mixed within the team for each core class. Students in math together may not necessarily be in English, science, or social studies together. All other courses include students from the different teams and are mixed. 7th grade orientation will take place in late August. Information about orientation will be sent to families in our summer mailing. We focus on building orientation, meeting staff, team building, and practice with lockers. Schedules will be available to students prior to the first day of school via Infinite Campus and will be handed out to students on their first day of school.
We are so proud of our community values at Dake. We have 4 that we've embraced and worked hard to be sure our community knows and understands. The first is shared purpose. We're here to learn. We want students to be present, be prepared, and show effort. We want them to embrace mistakes, show growth, and progress. We value mistakes. It's not embarrassing or negative. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. Research shows that mistakes are when most learning really happens. The second is mutual respect. We care about each other as human beings. We encourage students to think before they speak or post and be accountable for their actions. We know that sometimes conflict can happen between people. It's important to be accountable. If something unkind is said, we work on having a conversation with that person, take ownership, and apologize. We then work on repairing the relationship. Our third community value is mutual support. We help each other. We seek opportunities to help and motivate others, and we be an upstander. That might be cheering up a friend who's having a hard day, pointing someone in the right direction if they're having trouble finding a class, or offering to help a teacher during class. An upstander is a term you may have used in middle school that describes standing up if you see someone being treated unkindly. We encourage students that if they're in a situation that they're not comfortable, they should seek out an adult for assistance. And finally, we have shared pride. We celebrate our Dake community. We are Dakers. We applaud, encourage, and appreciate everyone. We're a community and we're here to support each other. At Dake, we focus on social-emotional learning to support the whole child. These key areas are addressed in classes in a variety of ways, such as community building activities, collaborative work, and classroom discussions. We also plan to focus on development in these areas during our RTI period. The 5 tenets that we focus on are below. Self-awareness. We support students' ability to accurately recognize their own emotions, thoughts, values, and how they influence behavior. The second is self-management, which is the ability to successfully regulate one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in different situations. We support our students in taking pause and reflecting on behaviors that influence themselves and others. When necessary, we coach them regarding healthy and appropriate ways to problem-solve challenging situations. Our third is responsible decision-making, which is the ability to make constructive choices about personal behavior and social interactions based on ethical standards. Essentially, we want students to reflect, am I making the right choice, the choice that represents my best self? The fourth is relationship skills, which is the ability to establish and maintain healthy and rewarding relationships with diverse individuals and groups. Your child will have many opportunities to interact with other students and adults at Dake, in classes, during lunch, before and after school, within clubs, activities, and sports. I'd encourage our incoming 7th graders to introduce themselves to a few new people each day. Remember, we're all starting a new school year together. And finally, social awareness, which is the ability to take the perspective of and empathize with others, including those from diverse backgrounds and cultures. We have an exciting and rich academic program at Dake. Because of this, we recognize the importance of working with students to develop strong study habits that will support their success. For any work to be completed outside of class, it will serve as reinforcement to students. It will also help them in taking increased responsibility over their learning. We find that many students benefit from routine, so establishing a time and place where this work can be completed at home can be extremely helpful and supportive to our students' success. Our teachers also utilize the Dake Planner. Students will be asked to take this out in classes to write down their assignments. Please encourage your student to take this out at home to keep track of work that still needs to be completed. Additionally, in the planner you'll find guidelines and special information relevant to Dake. And here's an image of our 2020-2021 Dake Junior High School planner. As a reminder, the planner should be brought to class each day and is a great resource for students to refer to at home. I'd also encourage you and your child to review the student handbook, which is located in the front of the planner. It includes information such as important policies, schedules, clubs, and activities at Dake. Here at Dake, we believe in open communication and collaboration for all stakeholders, particularly our faculty and staff, students, and parents and guardians. The next few slides will focus on some of our communication structures at Dake. At Dake, we have a number of systems to maintain our homeschool connection. The Infinite Campus Parent Portal is where you can check the status of students' grades during a marking period, as well as review a student's report card at the end of a marking period. You will receive information after July 1st regarding how to access our parent portal. Schoology is our primary online learning management system and houses many of our students' assignments. The course access code for parents and guardians will be shared in our summer mailing. Email is another venue by which important building and district level information is shared. We would encourage you to be sure that we have your current email address listed within Infinite Campus. We're looking forward to sharing with you more information about our rich academic program at Dake through a fall open house and invite you to attend our Parent-Guardian-Principal Collaborative Conversations, which are scheduled throughout the course of the year. Please watch for additional information about these important opportunities. Additional resources to support our homeschool communication include the Dake Student Resource Schoology course. This houses important information for students, such as daily announcements, club and sports information, surveys, order forms, and many other exciting and important resources. Opportunities for parent conferences with an academic team can be scheduled through the main office or with your child's counselor, or individually with a particular teacher. I would also encourage you to review our Dake website and our district website, which include a variety of information from school calendars to lunch menus, from student handbooks and laptop information to our school-based plan. We welcome open communication and continued collaboration with students and families. For classroom-based questions or needs, please contact the classroom teacher directly. They can speak to their instruction, curriculum, and how your student is engaging in work while in the classroom. Teacher contact information can be found on the district website. For other inquiries and questions, you can reach out to your student's counselor, assistant principal, or principal. Counselor and administrator information will be communicated in the summer mailing.
We ask that students arrive ready to learn, and that includes charging the device nightly and bringing both the laptop and charger to school each day. Please let us know if something isn't working. The room off of the library is our technology hub, and we are fortunate to have staff there who can help troubleshoot. From day one of device deployment, we'll be teaching students appropriate use of technology. A world of information is at their fingertips, and we ask that students follow the Student Code of Conduct and Acceptable Use Agreement while at home and at school while using their device. Within our firewalls and security, we can limit the inappropriate information available and work with students to build their understanding of digital citizenship and the lasting nature of their digital footprint on the world. Please partner with us in this endeavor at home and encourage your kids, if they encounter anything that makes them uncomfortable, to seek a trusted adult. Students will continue to be able to take devices home on a daily basis, although they are expected to follow the code of conduct both in school and outside of school hours. Students leaving 6th grade keep devices over the summer and can bring them to Dake in the fall. However, at parent request, students may leave their devices at their 6th grade school at the end of the school year, and they will be delivered to Dake for use in the fall. If you would like to take advantage of this option, please click the link below. We also offer an optional laptop protection plan, but we highly recommend it. You can sign up for this now. If you choose not to participate in this plan, you assume full responsibility for any damage or replacement costs. The purpose of the plan is to provide you peace of mind should the laptop be lost, stolen, or damaged during the school year. The cost to enroll in the plan is $20 per student each school year, and there is a reduced cost for students that receive free and reduced lunch, which you will see when you go to sign up. The plan has deductibles similar to an insurance policy of $20 for each time the machine is damaged and needs repair, $50 if the device is stolen and a police report must be presented with that request for replacement. It carries a maximum reimbursement of $600 during the plan year, and the link to sign up is below. Please note that this does not cause damage caused by neglect or purposeful damage.
At Dake, we strive to offer a comprehensive education, which includes access to clubs, sports, and other opportunities throughout their time at Dake. Students who participate in extracurricular experiences are more connected to school and tend to do better academically and socially. Through our clubs, sports, and other opportunities, students learn leadership skills, learn how to collaborate with others, are able to hold themselves better accountable for their work and for their involvement, and tend to foster their self-discipline skills. It really builds a child's self-esteem, and we do have a lot of opportunities that sometimes can overlap, so coaches and advisors are extremely flexible when a student needs to stay after school for academic reasons, or if there's conflicts with clubs or sports happening at the same time. A list of our clubs will be in a Dake Student Resources Schoology course, which your child will have access to at the beginning of the school year. There are a number of announcements that are made about upcoming clubs and sports, so it will be important for your student to listen to announcements carefully to hear when they are taking place. And our club advisors set the times and dates of the meetings and will communicate directly with students about those and when those are happening. So it will be really important that your child reaches out to the advisor if they are interested in being involved in a club. And we'll talk later about athletic participation at Dake for our modified sports. Here is a list of some of the clubs and activities we offer at Dake Junior High School. This list is merely a list of examples, as the clubs can change from year to year depending on student interest and availability of advisor. It will be important for your child to check the Dake Student Schoology course to see the list of clubs that are offered next school year, and to reach out to the club advisor to find out when and where the clubs will be meeting. If your child has any questions about clubs, they can reach out to one of the administrators or to their counselor to get some more information, and we can help point them in the right direction. We would love to see all students involved in a club or a sport or some activity to feel connected and establish some strong relationships and connections at Dake. We offer a variety of modified sports at Dake, and it is separated on the screen by season for fall, winter, and spring. If it is your first time registering in Family ID, I will talk about the process on the next slide, but just so you know that you will most likely be registering for Modified B, which is if it's your first year participating, and that includes athletes in 7th and 8th grade. There are a variety of sports also offered at the varsity and junior varsity level. Sports registration occurs through Family ID for any athletic sport offered through West Irondequoit. The registration window opens 30 days prior to the season starting and is open for 3 weeks. It usually closes 1 week prior to the official season start. So you'll be able to access Family ID for the fall sports sometime this August, We will include this information in our summer mailing to you, which usually goes out in mid-July. If you have not been on Family ID in your household yet, you'll need to create an account, and then your student will need to have a valid physical on file in order to be able to apply to register for a sport or a tryout for a sport. If you have any questions about the process, you can connect with Kim Schoen, who is our Director of Health, PE, and Athletics. And you can always call our health office and reach out to Paula Steger, who is our health office clerk, or Bonnie Morrison, who is our school nurse. Thank you for watching our pre-recorded presentation. Please feel free to review and rewatch at your leisure. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself, Marianne Hyman, or to our assistant principals, Mr. DiMartino or Mrs. Brooker. We are so excited to officially welcome you to Dake and to meet your student at orientation this fall. We will be sending out our summer mailing in mid-July, which has a lot of information. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. Welcome to Dake.